If I sound out of breath, it's because I just walked up the stairs, and apparently being an adult is lacking energy and having to work really hard to stay fit. Hey Spuds, how's it going? I'm here today to talk to you about surviving adulthood. My voice just broke. By surviving adulthood, I know some people are gonna say like witty comebacks and like nobody survives adulthood because we all die. Obviously, but what I mean is just getting through adulthood, surviving and thriving, dealing with being in adulthood, dealing with being in adulthood, dealing with being in adulthood and dealing with all the stuff that comes with, I said dealing with being in adulthood again. What the heck? Dealing with being an adult and coping with everything that comes with that. There we go. So whether you are a baby potato or a fully grown jacket potato, don't know where I'm going with this, maybe you will learn something from this video, but I do just want to point out that nothing here is universal. This is based on my own experiences and the people around me and stuff that I think is useful, but it's not necessarily useful. And then I'm gonna have some like tips at the end to make it a bit more general, where you guys have sent in your one-liner bits of advice for adulthood. So you've left the comforting cuddle of being a child and you have entered the much starker and harsher world of being an adult. To me, being an adult is a confusing mix of having a ton of freedom that at first you're not really sure what to do with, and you end up having chocolate for breakfast and dessert for dinner for 3 weeks, but also a massive amount of responsibility that makes you feel less free than you were before. So you have freedom because there's no parents or people telling you what you can and can't do and what time you need to go to bed and what you need to eat for dinner, but then you're also highly restricted by all the responsibilities by being an adult and looking after yourself and money and money. Here's the real tea though. School does not prepare you for the real world. Most people probably already realize this, but school actually sucks, or it sucked for me at preparing me for the real world. I learned nothing about what I kind of need to know about to survive. Stuff about car maintenance and budgeting and taxes and paying bills and owning or renting a property. Like none of that is covered. Doing laundry. I still don't understand it and I still hate it. I mean, I understand the need for doing laundry. I seem to put the wrong setting every time, and I can't do laundry how my mum does laundry. The clothes come out different and I don't know why. But yeah, adulthood sneaks up on you. One day you're 15 and you're eating chocolate and you're hanging out in your messy ass bedroom, and the next day you're 25 and you're eating chocolate and you're hanging out in your messy ass house or flat or wherever you live. Could still be a bedroom, that's fine. But jokes aside, being serious for a minute, I was messy at 15. I am not anymore. I keep my house tidy. But really seriously, for me, there's two, not multiple twos, just two important things to remember about being an adult. I nearly said about being in adulthood again. What is wrong with me? Number one, you're gonna mess up from time to time, and that is totally okay because we learn from our mistakes and it's how we deal with them, and it's fine to make mistakes sometimes, and you are going to. And two, there is no set time limit on when you should reach certain adulthood milestones. You're 35 and living with your parents? Fine. You're 27 and haven't had a partner yet? Fine. Or don't want a partner? Fine. You're 32 and have no children but instead have a magnificent dog that is your entire world and you love very, very much? Totally fine. Actually, that last one sounds absolutely amazing. But you do you, and you do life at your own pace, and try your best, although it's easier said than done, I know, but try your best not to compare what you've achieved or what like typical milestones you've reached in comparison to other people your age or similar ages to you. Everybody does things at a different pace, and it's not the end of the world if you're the last in your friendship group to move out from your parents' house, or you're the last in your friendship group to get a partner, or if you never move out of your parents' house, or if you never get a partner. Like, just live how you want to live as much as you can. For example, I know people who are quite a bit younger than me and they're already homeowners, married, and have toddlers. Like, not just newborn babies, but like slightly matured babies that are like 2 years old. And then I know people who are the same age as me and they have like super fancy jobs and are rolling in money, and also people who are older than me and are still living at home with their parents, and all of them are fine. So basically everyone is different. Live life for you and try not to worry so much about what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is achieving. If you're achieving what you want to do, or you're working towards achieving what you want to, then that's great. Philosophical stuff aside, it's important, but there are like real life things, and the most important thing to mention here when becoming an adult is money and the fact that you will very likely become responsible for your own money. I wish money wasn't as important a thing as it is, and it's not for everybody. Some people avoid certain importancies and like the pressure put on having money and all of this stuff, but you know, for a majority of people, money is important because money is necessary for housing and food and clothing, and if you want to go do extra things and buy extra things, money. And it's a big source of stress and worry and also conflict for people of any age, but I think it can be particularly stressful and confusing and difficult to navigate for people who are new to being in charge of their own budgets. So learning how to budget your money is an incredibly important thing, and I wish it was something schools taught. Comment below if schools teach that now, because they definitely didn't 10 years ago. Moving on from the money thing, another thing I wanted to mention is education isn't everything. So you didn't get X qualification or Y qualification. It's not the end of the world. You can still get great jobs, you can get a job you want without having a multitude of qualifications. Saying that, there is the harsh reality that quite a few jobs and career paths require certain qualifications. So it may restrict you, but it's not the be all and end all, and it doesn't make you any less worthy or less clever or anything. It's just a different path. And also, it is not failing to not be in your dream job. Some people never find their dream job, and that's either because it's a very difficult job to achieve or career to achieve, or some people just never figure out exactly what it is they want to do. And that's okay, and that might sound a bit sad really, and a bit of a harsh reality, but the harsh reality is that not everybody can have their dream job, and it's not failing to be in a job that you don't love. Definitely take time and enjoy your time away from work as well. That's very important. Unless like your job is literally like your life and it's something that you really enjoy and you want that to be your life, that's fine. But if it's not and your job is the way you just earn money, make sure you enjoy your time outside of your job. I feel like this has all sounded a bit negative and scary. I'm sorry. I mean, the truth is life can be hard and life can be negative sometimes and scary sometimes, and being an adult is harder than being a kid for most people. But there can also be a lot of freedoms in being in adulthood. Oh my god! What is wrong with me? But there can also be a lot of freedom in being an adult, and I would just say enjoy the little things. Like, there's nothing quite like having dessert for dinner sometimes. Feeling the pride at your own achievements, no matter how big and no matter how small. Playing loud music, walking around the house naked, as long as you don't have roommates or your roommates are comfortable with that. And for getting through difficult times, because there will be difficult times and it's how we cope with them that is important. Also, a major positive I found with being an adult compared to being a kid is the people in my life. So as a kid, I was always labeled like the weird kid. I really didn't have many friends. I struggled to make friends. People didn't like me very much when I was a kid. But like now as an adult, everybody does move on from that whole like high school cliqueiness. There's still a bit of it, like there is still cliques in adulthood, but like it's not like it is in high school settings. Even at university it's different. I really feel like in the past couple years, and even in the past year, I have found friends that I like, and I have people in my life that I really get on with and that I, you know, have shared interests with, and everybody's weird and it's great. And that's one of my main positives of getting older, is the older I get, the kind of less I care about how people judge me, and also the more I'm finding my place in life and the people I fit in with and the settings I fit in with, and just feeling not so much of an outsider as I did when I was a kid. Okay, so I said this in the beginning, this is not going to be universal. The stuff I've said in this video is not going to be applicable to everybody. Like, some people might disagree with it, that's fair enough. But to make this more broadly, what's the word? I mean, it's applicable, but I just said that. So more broadly applicable to more people, I asked you guys to send in a top tip or just one tip for surviving adulthood. So we're gonna read some of them now. I'm gonna have to hold this really close because I don't have my glasses on. Take it one day at a time and have at least one person by your side to help you through the bad days. Yes, that is great advice. Having the right people around you, support is the number one most important thing. I completely agree with that. Naps. Yes, enjoy the naps. Take naps when you can. That naps are life. Save your money. Yes, if you can save money, save it. A sense of humor is the best way to get by. Easier said than done, I know. A lot of other people have said like have fun, laugh, good sense of humor, laugh at everything no matter how rubbish. So yeah, humor. Treat yourself. Definitely. Take time to look after yourself from time to time. Know that it's okay to ask for help. Yes, don't be afraid. Just because you're an adult, you're not expected to know everything. Have dreams and goals, but keep your expectations realistic. Hope for the best. Expect the worst. That sounds awful, but that's just advice I've been given, and it really helps, where like you work hard and you push for the best and you want the best, but you keep your expectations grounded so that you are prepared for if the best does not happen. Find something that brings you joy and enjoy it often. I'm just going to add to that, if it's safe to do so, to enjoy it often. A lot of people saying take time for yourself and prioritize you and your health. I think that's fantastic. Go back to childhood, it's a trap. I'm gonna end on that one. Impossible. I did also see somebody say go to Neverland and never grow up. That would be lovely, but unfortunately we do have to grow up, and it's about making the most of it and making the most of the situation you're in, and always trying to better yourself, and also looking after yourself as much as you possibly can. If you guys have anything extra you'd like to add, leave it down in the comments below. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if it was even interesting. It feels like it's been very long, but somebody told me not to apologize for making longer videos because you guys enjoy it, so, or at least some of you seem to enjoy it, so I'm not gonna say sorry. Ha! This video is long and I intended it to be. But yeah, if you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye!